Okay, so part two. In behind the duck pen here, I've got a tamarind that we've got just started to get a few pods off. Got a locust that has really nice fruit, but we have to net that because birds get into that. We've got a amberella, pink guava with lots of fruit on it again this year. It gets hammered by fruit fly, but some of these ripen up a bit later, so they're not too bad. We missed some of it. And there's a little Grummanchina in behind there. This area out on the grass here gets sun early morning and then it's filtered and then gets sun again. This is where I'm going to put a bit of a greenhouse out to this section here somewhere. I'm just sick of fruit fly getting into tomatoes. It's the only way to deal with it. So to border off between our living space and my big work area where I park my trucks, planted this bamboo, which is huge now. There's some normal bamboo, some black Java, and some Buddha bamboo. In here I've got one of our grow out tractors for the quail. There's one in here at the moment. He was getting a bit pecked on, so give him a bit of a break. So we've got some little trees in bags here that was to stop birds flying into the glass on the pool. Like a little cherry of the Rio Grande, lemonade, pomegranate, another bigger cherry of the Rio Grande, starfruit. This one's a Carey, I think. It's getting some flowers. A little fig that's gone deciduous now. Brazilian black beauty cherry, a black Brazilian cherry. Blood orange, and there's also a Tangelo in there somewhere. Another starfruit. This one's got a few starfruit on it. And then miracle fruit. This one's always got lots of fruit on it. Down the back here, it doesn't get much sun in here during the day, so I've planted these little pinto peanuts. Try to get a ground cover going. Got a Ross sapote, Bruno sapote. There's the duck's little bath there. Arusha soursop from Tanzania. Karuzi sapodilla. A little rose apple that I got from the Subtropical Fruit Club. There's some ladyfingers, bananas there. I've got another soursop down here that I was given from an old guy from Ecuador who's now had a stroke, so I was just trying to see if I could get that to fruit for him. Got a star apple. That's a prolific sapodilla. And then we've got a couple of pretty large peanut butter fruits growing in here. They look a bit sad because it's starting to get cooler and they haven't had much water, but that's what they look like at the end of summer every year. And that one's pretty right to eat. So it's nice and soft and pretty tasty, like a cross between a fig and a date. I've got a Chinese bayberry. It's a Eureka lemon, some purple sugarcane, a Valencia orange. But like a lot of people in Queensland this year, we lost a lot of our fruit. fruit piercing moth. More pigeon peas, arrowroots. I've got a dwarf green coconut that's probably 4 meters high now. It's really growing well. Imperial mandarin. Under here we've got a kaffir lime, and then got a pretty large Tahitian lime. Got another little dwarf gold coconut in here, and then we've got some pisang mass or monkey bananas in here. And I think they don't have huge bunches, but they're pretty tasty. Grimy Charmer, quite a large tree. We get a lot of fruit off this one. And then I've chucked in another little green coconut, and over the fence a little dwarf red, and then I think I've got a dwarf yellow there that I got from somebody. Through the gate we've got in here we've got a cashew apple, not cashew, a big Centolina olive that's never fruited, probably never will, but looks nice. And then along the front fence I've got a lot of jaboticabas from here all the way up. So that's a Sabara. And then I've got a bit, they're all starting to look a bit tatty now. I have to get in and clean them out. Some Pisang Ceylon bananas. And I think there's a bunch just come out not long ago up here. Got some Okinawan spinach that got hammered by the moths but coming back. Got a Brazilian guava, some dwarf ambrella, then I've got my black turmeric, normal turmeric, ginger and galangal, date palms that I've grown from seeds, more dwarf ambrellas, blueberries starting to flower. I've got 4 of them in bags along here so we can keep an eye on them and pick them every day. This is where I've grown my seedlings firstly in the little trays, and then I'll repot them into larger pots, and then I'll plant them out. I can get them ready, so I'm saving a bit of time. Got some spring onions started here. Behind you we've got 2 falsas, blackberry jam fruit. Got 2 red hybrid jaboticabas, and this one in the middle is a scarlet escalante jaboticaba, Pitangatinia. Lots of little jaboticabas here in pots that are just sprouted up underneath the trees. Radishes that grow pretty well just in these little, and they're so quick. Planted some more just here. And then I've got a few other trees here I'm just trying to get a little bit bigger. Cedar Bay cherry, juicy pearl starfruit, and then some other plenas like in the jaboticaba family, a guayabu, and a salticola back there, a little one. Most of these other little jaboticabas give away to people because I've got enough. I've got a couple of pumpkins that have fallen off here that I'll just letting sit in the sun to sweeten up a bit. Back on the other side here we've got a canistel. I think this is just a seedling, and it's got just started to get a few little fruit. And back over here we've got some peanut butter fruit that were just grown to sort of screen off when I pulled out a big feijoa here, and people would see through, so they'll get pulled out again once I've got a lemon mangosteen once that grows up. More Sabara jaboticabas, lemon drop mangosteen. That's the sort of little fruits that grow on it, and they go yellow, quite nice. Another Sabara, pigeon peas, big Brazilian cherry, just a red one, but it's got really sweet fruit. More Sabaras, jaboticabas, some Cavendish bananas, there's a bunch in there. More Sabara jaboticaba, another lemon drop mangosteen. Yeah. Both the ones that have been getting a bit of fruit. Grimel jaboticaba. There's some other sort of rainforest tree in here, like a white aspen or something. In this bit of jungle here, I've got abiyus, more jaboticabas, red Dhaka bananas, dwarf coffee in pots, but they'll get in the ground at some point. In the middle is the ice cream bean tree, and that's where the ducks like having a rest under there after they've been digging around. I've got Goldfinger bananas. There's a bunch in here, starting to fatten up. There's a Malabar chestnut, more pigeon peas growing amongst everything. Back up towards the front, we've got more jaboticabas, lakucha or monkey jack, and then this is the black sapode that's up near the entrance. It's getting quite large now, and then I have another couple that were planted later because I was worried about pollination, and some are not meant to be self-fertile, so we can figure out what gets pulled out later on. Sailor catch, Premna ceratifolia or something. I got this from a Vietnamese lady. You can wrap rice and dishes in the leaves. Another purple yam in there. And then I have a Bakapuri, which is another Garcinia, like the lemon drop mangosteen, but hopefully bigger. Another, well, sold to me as a Madrono, but probably a lemon drop mangosteen. I don't know if it's going to be what the picture is. And then I have another little lemon drop mangosteen from George Allen Subtropical Fruit Club. He said it's really large fruit. And yeah, and then we're pretty much back up the front. So this is looking down towards where the pool is, and 5 years ago there was pretty much none of these plants were here. There was the few main trees. So it was this big gumnut tree, this hairy something as a native, there's a big lemon myrtle in there, and then there's a sort of a bottle brushy sort of thing in there as well. But everything else has been planted within 5 years, and a lot of these even shorter, 2 or 3 years. So it's sort of amazing how fast you can transform a landscape. And that's what I always tell people when they come and say, oh, it must have taken so long. I say, well, you know, it hasn't, and you know, there's no time like the present. So if you want to get started, just start putting them in the ground, and yeah, in no time it'll look like a little jungle. So cool, hope you've enjoyed that, and hopefully we can catch up soon for some real life to life garden visits. Cool, thank you.